Welcome to the Roman Empire. Yep. So I want to talk about what's been going on with WWE from Survivor Series up until this past Monday Night Raw. I'm trying to do this, get everything as quickly as possible, and talk a little bit about how I like what happened on Raw. So, as you probably already know from this past year's Royal Rumble, that I am a Roman Reigns fan. I believe in him, yeah, I believe that. And I even closed my Royal Rumble video with that. So, there was a lot of people talking so much crap on Roman Reigns for basically the entire year, only because he's not their internet darling. He's much better as far as I'm concerned. And a lot of the people were trying to find any excuse to just crap all over him. And they even made up a story about him failing a drug test, which was completely false. But you know how internet idiots are. I'm glad I'm not one of them. Stupid IWC. So, I was looking forward to having Roman Reigns face off against Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Unfortunately, Seth Rollins got hurt, and that didn't happen. Instead, there was a brief tournament to decide the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Unfortunately, it was brief because this injury came very suddenly, and they had to do this tournament quickly. Unfortunately, that's the case. If Seth Rollins hadn't been injured, it would probably have been a really good match between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. And if somehow this injury had occurred earlier, at some other point, maybe around the Hell in a Cell, I think you could have made the tournament last longer. But you can't prepare for these sort of things. They just happen. You just got to be able to take what happens. So Roman Reigns, in a sense, wrestled 6 matches in order to make it to the finals of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship tournament. And you're probably thinking, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. There's only 4 matches in the tournament. Yes, but here's my reasoning. Because he had his qualifying match against Kofi Kingston and the Fatal 4-Way match for the number 1 contendership that very same night on Raw, and the Raw after Hell in a Cell. And then after Seth Rollins got hurt 2 weeks later, they had the tournament, and instead of taking Triple H's offer to advance straight to the finals by becoming Triple H's main man, the representative of the Authority, he took the hard route and wrestled 4 more matches against the Big Show, Cesaro, Alberto Del Rio, and Dean Ambrose. So they were very different opponents, and there were some good matches from Roman Reigns. A lot of people were trying to say that he got carried to that match with Cesaro win. No, he didn't. Go watch it. He puts up his own end of it too. He keeps up his end. He's not being carried like a lot of the IWC wants to believe. Also, his match against Del Rio at Survivor Series was probably match of the night. It was a really good match back and forth between the two of them, and it showed some interesting athleticism from both men and allowed Roman Reigns to show what he can do in that situation. Also, his match with Dean Ambrose, unfortunately, it wasn't allowed to really get past, I think, second gear. But you can kind of say, well, they had a match in the night, so they're already kind of spent from their matches. And the broadcast team, to their credit, did a good job of hyping that. So these guys already had a match. They're probably already tired from it, and it was a good way to give us the example and give us the reason why it was kind of stuck in second gear. But I was happy to see Roman Reigns just spear Dean Ambrose the last time and take the title, and I was like, yes, Roman Reigns, you earned that title. You earned it. And then Triple H comes down, and I was kind of happy when Reigns speared him, and then right from behind, boom, bro kick. And here's one thing I didn't like, is that when Sheamus cashed in, he cashed in and he just laid on top of Roman Reigns. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I mean, it was not like Triple H was the referee and then was the one that took out Roman Reigns just like he did with the little troll. This was just a cash in with a regular ref, and he was basically already lying on top when the match happened. I liked having the champion on his feet. That's just me. So, but I did like Roman Reigns kicked out, and for a moment I thought, come on, Roman, you hit him one good spear and end this, and then bang, second bro kick. I was like, damn it! I was kind of upset, but I thought about it. I was like, no, this is actually makes sense now. First of all, gets rid of the Money in the Bank contract and don't have to worry about that. Second, it gives Roman Reigns a little bit more of a, oh, so close. Again, he had the title in his hands. It's the story building up, and then you see the genuine shock and upset. I don't know if upsetness is a word. The disappointment in his face. I had the title. It was in my hands, and then to get bro kicked out of me. And it was like, you feel a little bit bad for Roman Reigns, unless you're a hardcore IWC jack off. And so I was kind of looking forward to what was going to happen at that point with Roman Reigns and Sheamus. So back to the rest of the Survivor Series. The Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens match, it was pretty good. Again, one of those matches that seemed kind of stuck, this time in third gear. But didn't really, it wasn't as good as Del Rio and Reigns was, in my opinion. The traditional Survivor Series match, unfortunately, I wasn't really that interested in it, unfortunately, and I like Survivor Series matches. It's just that these teams are basically just thrown together, and I don't really like that. I like having the build-up for the matches, and then you want to see what happens. Now, the same match that happened at Survivor Series and TLC with the Divas title with Charlotte versus Paige, they're both decent matches, but nobody was really the bad girl in that situation. And you try to have it Paige be the bad girl in the first match at Survivor Series, but then you're having Charlotte be the bad girl in the second match at TLC with the help of her dad. It could work, could have Charlotte be the bad girl. You know, her dad was known as the dirtiest player in the game, so it could work if she's able to come about naturally and really find who she is as the villain. I think it'd work. Maybe because we don't have Nikki Bella right now, and she was a really good villain. I like Nikki Bella as a villain. She works. She does her job well. And now that you don't have that villain, you need somebody to take that spot. So I don't know where you're gonna go from there. People are saying it should be Sasha Banks gets the next shot. I would save that for WrestleMania and have Becky Lynch, the other part of PCB, now take on the number one contendership from Paige. And since there was a little bit of a back and forth verbally between the two of them on their match on Raw, it makes sense that you could do that sort of thing at the Royal Rumble. So it's just my opinion. So as far as anything else that happened at Survivor Series, unfortunately there weren't any other title defenses, which is a shame, but what are you going to do about that? But one thing I want to talk about, 25 years of The Undertaker. First of all, that entrance from The Undertaker, it was beautiful. It was beautiful having that casket open. You see all the iterations of The Undertaker over the past 25 years. Really well done, really good, entrance. WWE really does The Undertaker justice with these intros, and that was a great one. They usually say their best stuff with The Undertaker till WrestleMania, but this one needed to be special, and it was, and I liked it. Some people complained that The Undertaker and Kane defeated the Wyatt family, but did you really expect? We were celebrating 25 years of The Undertaker. Did you really expect The Undertaker to lose that match? Come on. We're celebrating here. We should be happy. The Undertaker, 25 years. He wins this match in his anniversary. Yay! Come on. Have some fun. Why can't you guys have fun? Speaking of fun, TLC was fun. That's for sure. There was some good stuff in TLC. The opening match was it really set the tone, and it was one of those show-stealing matches that you really like, damn, that was sick. But that was fun, though, to see that. I enjoyed it. It was fun to see. It really established the Lucha Dragons as contenders and possibly future WWE Tag Team Champions. And I hope they do that at some point in the future. They're really good, athletic, and the crowd seems to be gradually getting behind them. And I can see them being that team to take the titles off of the New Day. New Day are hilarious. I like them. Big E's my favorite of the three, and he's funny, and he can be a creep as well. And man, I get such a laugh out of him. I could see him being either a funny hero that you want to see win the title, or you can see him as the a-hole heel that will have the title and you just want to see somebody take it off of him. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with Big E after they split up the New Day some point in the future. So the chairs match between Del Rio and Swagger, for a while there, some people were just crapping on from the crowd because they think it's fun to do that for some reason. But the match itself was good. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough build-up to get the crowd behind it enough. And Jack Swagger doing his "We the People," getting the crowd into it. And you could tell he and Del Rio have some good chemistry. And they had a good match, all things considered, even though there wasn't enough build-up. But speaking of build-up, the ECW originals and the Wyatt family, there was some build-up there. And their match here at TLC and the match on Raw the next night, it was good, and I'm glad to see that the ECW originals were basically helping the Wyatt family out and helping reestablish them as a dominant force. And especially some people were bitching about them losing to The Undertaker and Kane, but I enjoyed their matches. And I want to see what they do with the Wyatt after they finish off with the ECW originals. Where do you go from here? I'm not sure. But we'll find out some point in the future. Now, as far as the IC title goes, the match was good, and I really liked towards the end where Kevin Owens has just 2 fingers on the rope, and it barely counted, but it counted, and Lawler just throwing a fit basically. Oh, come on! It's like, hey, that's the rules. Come on, it's not like don't tell us you never broke the rules as a wrestler, Lawler. Come on. But the match I was looking forward to the most was the TLC match between Roman Reigns and Sheamus, and this match. What was interesting about this match is how different it was from the ladder match he had early on in the show with the New Day Usos and the Lucha Dragons. It wasn't a big spot fest. There wasn't a lot of high spots, jumping over the top rope, things like that. These are 2 men. These went out and just beat the crap out of each other with their bare hands and steel chairs before putting each other through tables and ladders. This is a fight, and I liked it. I am a fan of just a good fight. As good old JR used to say, a slobber knocker. I enjoy those matches a lot because it's just fun to see two guys just beating the hell out of each other. I like those sort of matches in the UFC more than the submission matches. To me, the submission specialist rolling around trying to get a limb, but that's just me. So this match, you could tell Roman Reigns was gaining the crowd on his side little by little throughout the match. They were trying to crap on it at the beginning, but then he was gaining them into the match. Him and Sheamus just putting in good work, just putting on a good match, having a really hard-hitting match. Stiff shots, just welts all over all over Sheamus' body, and it was a good match to watch. And then I thought Roman Reigns had it when he Superman punched Sheamus off the ladder and through a table. I was like, yeah, get that title, Roman. And then Sheamus' buddies show up, and I was like, where's Ambrose? Where's the Usos? Help him out. But in the end, they took down Roman Reigns, and then Sheamus was able to take the title from the top of the ladder. And what I thought was interesting is it seemed like there was going to be just another one of those Roman Reigns just like, oh God, it was right in my grasp again and taken away from me, as JBL said, the proverbial bridesmaid. But then he just snapped and beat the crap out of everybody. And I liked seeing that as well. And that was fun to see him just beat the hell out of Sheamus, and then Triple H coming down, trying to calm down Roman Reigns, and Reigns just beating the hell out of him with the steel chairs, and the crowd just go, one more, do it, tell him, do it again, one more time, and thank you, Roman. Well, he was beating the hell out of Triple H. Give it up for Triple H. He's willing to put his body, just like Vince McMahon was back in the day, do whatever it takes to get the young guy established and make him a star. And that's what he did in that post-match beatdown. What was interesting, this is usually done with this sort of thing happens. You stretch the story out for a few weeks, maybe even a month and a half. This one was rushed. The next day, it was like, all right, you either win the title in this match or you're fired. Okay, let's see where this goes. And I watched it, and it was, again, a good match, hard-hitting match. The Roman Reigns busted himself open, but headbutting Sheamus. And then he Superman punches Vince McMahon, and the crowd. This is in Philly. I said Philadelphia has the worst fans in sports. I still stand by that, but damn it, even they, after the crap they pulled on Roman at the Royal Rumble, if they were willing to just stand on their feet and cheer for him, then job well done. You brought full circle. Reigns has become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. The Roman Empire now begins. And I, for one, as a fan, someone who's not a bandwagoner, someone who actually is a fan of Roman Reigns, I'm excited to see where they go from here. I want to see Roman Reigns have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship for 515 days. You see what I do with that? Yeah. 515 days. Hell, I'm willing to even take 435 days as champion. So, I'm looking forward to it. Reigns has earned his spot. He's earned to be the man at the top right now as champion. And I, for one, can't wait to see what they do with him now. And I can't wait to see who he faces next, what they're going to do with Triple H and the McMahon family, and who's going to be the one to challenge Reigns at the Royal Rumble and even at WrestleMania. So, what do you think? Are you prepared? If you're a bandwagoner, whatever, you'll probably leave whenever Reigns is no longer on top. And if you're a fan of Reigns from the beginning, or somewhere toward the middle, you realize, hey, he's actually really good, welcome to the Roman Empire. Long live our new WWE World Heavyweight Champion.